Psalm 18, verses 31 through 35 says, "For who is God besides Yahweh, and who is his rock? Only our God. God clothes me with strength and makes my ways perfect. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer and sets me securely in heights. He trains my hands for war. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. You have given me a shield for your salvation. Your right hand upholds me, and your humility exalts me." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 18, verses 22 through 37, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, as we continue on with the psalm, David again focuses on who God is. He asks the question, who is God besides Jehovah? It's been said that the overwhelming attribute of the word Jehovah is that it shows that he is a promise-making, covenant-keeping God. And this is the name of God who makes the promises to Abraham. This is the name of God who is used when you see the Davidic covenant. This is the name of God that you use when showing the overall plan for mankind. And it's still, David reminds us, of being of another characteristic of God. God is solid as a rock is solid, and he's only the God of Israel. And this brings us to an important point. We only have one God, and it's this God in whom is triune, 3 persons equal in one Godhead. Look how David describes God in these passages. He clothes David with strength and makes his way perfect. The word could be translated complete. If we have a relationship with God through Christ, our lives are complete. We have no need for any other kind of relationship. And God is gracious. He allows us other relationships, even going back to the Garden of Eden. He says in Genesis that it's not good that man be alone, and yet he is there. And he is the creator, and Adam spent time with him alone every day. And yet God recognizes for Adam that he needs to be complete, to have a partner similar to himself. So God is the one who gives us things to complete us. He is the one that provides that which we need to be completed in him. Now, verse 34 is a very interesting picture. Picture a warrior holding a bow poised to let an arrow fly, his arms tensing so that the muscles appear strong and enlarged. He is a warrior who is trained to completely focus on that which he is aiming. And this is the picture that David wants to present. It is a God who has created this warrior. And then in verse 35, David completes his section with a strong statement when he writes, "Your humility exalts me." Now, what exactly does that mean? How can God's humility exalt him? Other translations use the word gentleness, and the Septuagint translates it teaching. All of these things fit into the idea that God gently guides us through life. He provides us with the knowledge that we need for any particular situation. He gently guides us and shows us how to utilize his strength to go through any situation that may come up. And through that help, we are exalted because people will see us as repentant and willing to trust God completely. Now, we as believers have the opportunity to be strong, to be bold, to be trusting, to be repentant, and to be whole in Christ. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.